everyone, welcome to Bible Reading with Ariel. Today we are reading Proverbs chapter 28. The wicked flee when no man pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion. For the transgression of a land many are the princes of it, but by a man of understanding and knowledge the state of it shall be prolonged. A poor man that oppresses the poor is like a sweeping rain which leaves no food. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. Evil men do not understand judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Better is the poor that walks in uprightness than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich. Whoever keeps the law is a wise son, but he that is a companion of riotous men shames his father. He that by usury and unjust gain increases his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. He that turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. Whoever causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit. But the upright shall have good things in possession. The rich man is wise in his own conceit, but the poor that has understanding searches him out. When righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory, but when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. He that covers his sin shall not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes them shall have mercy. Happy is the man that fears always, but he that hardens his heart shall fall into mischief. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. The prince that lacks understanding is also a great oppressor, but he that hates covetousness shall prolong his days. A man that does violence to the blood of any person shall flee to the pit, let no man help him. Whoever walks uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. He that tills his land shall have plenty of bread, but he that follows after vain persons shall have poverty enough. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that makes haste to be rich shall not be innocent. To have respect of persons is not good, because for a piece of bread that man will transgress. He that hastens to be rich has an evil eye, and does not consider that poverty shall come upon him. He that rebukes a man afterwards shall find more favor than he that flatters with the tongue. Whoever robs his father or his mother and says, "It is no transgression," the same is the companion of a destroyer. He that is of a proud heart stirs up strife, but he that puts his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. He that trusts in his own heart is a fool, but whoever walks wisely, he shall be delivered. He that gives to the poor shall not lack, but he that hides his eyes shall have many a curse. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. I'd like to go back and reread verse 16. It says, "The prince that lacks understanding is also a great oppressor, but he that hates covetousness shall prolong his days." So there is a right and wrong way of doing things. People in power who do not understand this tend to do things the wrong way. It makes me think about how oppressors, they become oppressors because their understanding of how to be a good leader is either limited or, just clouded. And, oppressors are ruled by greed, by power, by fear. Notice how I say oppressors are ruled by these things because they think that they're in control, but, evil is actually controlling them. And, it's fooling them into believing that they're actually in control when really they're just really foolish. So I want to read also 17. It says, "A man that does violence to the blood of any person shall flee to the pit. Let no man help him." So then some of us, need to learn just how to let people go. That's what I think of when I read this one. Let people go and suffer their own consequences. Sometimes a person needs to feel the guilt and the shame to some level of the choices that they've made. Feel the consequences of those choices. And that being said, I 100% believe that the Lord doesn't want any of us to stay in that place. But without remorse, there's no repentance, and without repentance, there's no freedom or healing from those things. So I'll end by reading verse 24, which says, "Whoever robs his father or his mother and says it is no transgression, the same is the companion of a destroyer." This is a hefty one in my opinion. When I read this one, I think about, entitlement, especially when it comes to family members. Sometimes we treat those who are closest to us the worst. Because part of us believes that we can because they are so close, they are family. I used to say when talking about my brothers, oh, I can pick on them because they're my brothers. And it's one of those things with siblings, we grow up bickering and, we tend to believe, well, that's how we grew up. That's just the way that we are. It's always been that way. It's always going to be that way. However, it's never the way that God wanted it to be. It's not the way that he wants siblings to treat each other. And just because, siblings are blood, it just doesn't make it okay. And that's one of those things and one of those mindsets that, personally I've had to overcome. And I think a lot of people need to overcome, and should be teaching to, children that, these are the people that you should be respecting and loving and honoring the most, which, isn't easy. Me having siblings of my own, it was not easy to get along sometimes. But encouraging those types of things. And then, this verse is specifically talking about, how children treat their parents. And, it's written rather plainly in this one. So there's a lot of good stuff in this chapter to unpack and go through. So I would encourage you to go back, reread it, and, just take it before the Lord. So that is Proverbs chapter 28. Have a great day, everyone.